I can't imagine my life without faith and without God. Family is my happy place.
Life is too short to be serious. Let's have fun.
In this hustle culture, just step back and prioritize.
Friend can make you feel better no matter how bad the situation is. Let's talk.
So the last element or the last F that makes life full, we've spoken about faith, family, friends, finance. But what is life without fun? So the last element is fun. So you tell us, how can we have fun in the right way and also enjoy all the other four elements that we spoke about? Fun in the right way. So for me, I'm just grateful for that, for my parents actually, who, they had that proper balance between giving us freedom and setting the right restrictions, especially when we were growing. So I think they were never too conservative or overprotective of us. They would always prioritize our happiness, but also give us certain boundaries. Like maybe for us, because we had a lot of friends, we used to go out together. They would say, come back by 8 p.m. It was not so bad, like 8 p.m. And we would always respect that with whatever restrictions they gave, because they also gave us that, I feel like the restrictions were more like lesser and the freedom was more. And so for me, that's why I've always had fun, whether it was with friends, whether it was with my own family. We love traveling. I think we've traveled to so many places, even as just when I was 15 years, 16 years, my parents would still send us on trips because of the trust they had. So I think because of that good environment, the trust they had, I've always wanted to have fun in the right way. I don't think ever thought of doing something that would hurt my parents. I think because they trusted and they always, prioritize our happiness. They would send us, they would even I think as 18 years old, even when we were teenage, they sent us abroad. They would just give us the freedom. They would never keep tracking us, saying what you're doing, where you're going, nothing. And that's because they had that trust. And for me, I think because of that, fun was always an element in my daily life with family and friends. And that's why I think having fun in the right way, a way which would honor my parents, was something core in my being. So, yeah. That's such a true statement, right? You can have fun in so many ways, but having fun in the right way that doesn't hurt your family or your friends, or actually, especially God. I think it's so conscious, and I love how you told that it was driven by the family. So, Cheryl, you tell us, what is your definition of having fun in life, and how does that look in your everyday life?
I taking after travel. Uh, I have this policy now that I have come up with the last 2 years specifically, where I need to do at least one international trip. I save up like crazy for one international trip, even if it's a budget trip or I just want to do a luxury trip. I would save up like every penny possible, and one trip at back home here with the girls or with someone like with my other friend groups, right? So two trips mandatorily in a year. Just that, you know, the very fact of exploring a new place. I mean, God has created so many beautiful places. I don't think we need to be restricted to Bangalore alone in our traffic jams. So I would rather travel. And and this year, very specifically, I've done one thing that's crossed my boundaries as well. I did a solo travel, and it's just the fact of rediscovering myself, and rediscovering the things that I like. But in like on a day-to-day basis, I think it's pretty like small joys in life. Really, going for tea or coffee with colleagues, meeting up randomly face for have like a face-to-face, like have it in a cafe, just make up movie plans and go for it. And when it comes to just when I am by myself, I'm a closet poet. So I would try to write up funny things, or it depends on my emotions, honestly, on my moods. But I would try to write something, or I would try to learn a new hobby altogether, painting, uh, glass painting. I've tried glass painting, and I've tried so many things that I would find on the net, or Pinterest boards. I have so many Pinterest boards on hobbies, and I would just try to do that. So yeah, friends, family, traveling, fun, everywhere.
I'm sure so many people listening can relate to at least one of those hobbies that you do, but just finding it in that everyday joy. It's not only about the big time fun. You have to plan for fun. You can have fun every day in your life. Just having a cup of tea, it can be so much of fun, and just catching up for dinner. And I'm sure all of us can relate to that. And Akshita, you tell us. What do you, enjoy doing, and you wouldn't mind doing it for the rest of your life if you think of having fun in life?
I think for me, fun is all about exploring, and it's not just travel. But I think in the last 2 years, being married, um, my husband and I try to explore every single thing, whether it is the best food joints, whether it's the best places that have tea late at night, or even if it is travel. But I think what we do is we try to find something new. And most of the time, since both of us love having tea, we try finding out new places that have a very different type of tea, like something that is not the usual. But I think, like both of them said, travel is also something that I enjoy doing. I think at home we've always before marriage also, and when from childhood, my parents always used to make sure that we would travel right throughout the year, whether it's for Dasara or whatever it is. But every small holiday we got, we would make sure that we travel. And I think the same thing is continuing even after marriage, because my husband does the same. And he makes sure that every vacation we get, whether it's a Saturday and Sunday also, we get to travel. And it's not just for the sake of travel, but I think it's more because of the exploration that we like doing. And exploring different things that are not really usual, and in different places. And I think that's something that really gives me joy. And I wouldn't mind doing that. And I think more than this, for me personally, which many of them wouldn't agree, I think for me, the biggest joy that I get is cooking. And it's something that I know many people, especially when you're married, would definitely not agree. It's something that people would hate doing. But I think for me, I find joy in cooking different things. And there again, I try exploring different things. And obviously, I get to experiment on my husband. But the main thing that I want to do is that, to see the joy he gets from tasting something that I've made. And why I love doing that is because I feel the best way to make someone happy is by giving them like really good food. And when I explore different styles and different things when it comes to cooking, I see that joy it brings on people. And I think that is something I would definitely continue doing. And I definitely take after my mom, because my mom's taught me so many things. And obviously, everyone loves their mom's cooking. So I think something that I've learned is because of the joy that I get. Even today, I wouldn't mind going back home. And when my husband is not around, I would ask my mom to feed me, because food is the way to my heart. So I think for me, fun comes, or that joy is something that I get by cooking and, spreading that joy through food to others.
Beautiful. Yeah. Like you said, I can never imagine relating to cooking, but all of us have different ways of having fun. And I'm sure, like, if we give it, like, every single person, listening to this will have their own imagination of what their life looks like. But Dana, you tell us about, now also when we're talking, sometimes it's like, oh, we're waiting for the holidays to come so we can travel to have some fun. But how do you find time to do something that you're passionate about and make fun like as an integral part of life, and not just wait for some time to have that fun?
For me, specifically, fun need not just be travel or food or anything of that sort. I think because of the current phase of life that I'm in, I think the very mundaneness of life also can be seen as very fun. Why I say that? Also because of the work that I do currently, I enjoy research. And I think I have realized that you get to read and learn a lot more through research. And because of finally having submitted something, you feel like there's more freedom to do what you really love. And so, in that sense, I think fun for me is about learning, but at the same time, uh, fun also involves family at this point in time, especially because I have a toddler at home. So, fun for me is spending time at home, especially because after a long time I have started a full time job. And coming back home is like the best thing that I really get. Like I said, in the mundaneness of life, but at the same time, I think when I was reflecting on, uh, what fun for me is, I think in everything that we do, we should be able to experience the goodness of um, Christ. Because of it, because I am a Christian, I would say this. Like I said initially, in relation to my first question, it becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a pattern in everything that you do. How are you able to experience the goodness of Christ, right? Or appreciate it, or how do you enable Christ to work in you or give you that experience, right? I think that also builds a very grateful heart again, and it just keeps you very happy and vibrant. And like we've been discussing, right? How do you lead a full life? And I think, like you said, you cannot skip fun. But fun is not only about the fun that again the world defines, but we are in the world that, but we do not have to become of the world. And I think fun can be so much more beautiful when we do it the right way and we experience the goodness of God in every little mundane or big thing that we do.
So true. I think this question of what makes life full, right? All of us have different perspectives, different, and I'm sure everybody listening will have their own ways of defining it. But when we look back at life, these five elements or the five F's that we spoke about, faith, family, friends, finance, and fun, is inevitably a part of everybody's life. And like we said, there's all of us are in a different journey. I think all of us know each other for more than 10 to 15 years now, and still all of us are so different. And I just love how we can lead a full life in this world where everybody tells it's the hardest days, and what is this generation in this hustle and bustle and so many things that's happening around the world. But we can actually lead a full, complete, happy life. And one day when we look back at our life, we wouldn't have those regrets. I mean, I'm sure we have the ups and the downs and the sad times and the happy times, but if we actually have to live a full life, and I'm sure these five elements make life full. And if, like how we started this this entire session on, you get to live life once. And if you live it right, once is more than enough. And on that note, we want to wish all our viewers who just joining us for this session to just look back at your lives, take that step back and see what makes life full for you all in terms of faith, family, friends, finances, the work that you do, and don't forget to have fun in life. Thank you so much for joining us. If you want to connect with us, if you have some questions, please feel free to reach out. We would love to connect. We would love to talk, have a conversation. You can just reach out in this number that is displayed, and we would love to connect with all of you all. Thank you and God bless.